Hello, welcome, my friends. My name is Kate. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. I just started this reading, but I decided to start over, and I channeled Peggy O'Keefe last night, and I got called out hard. I was going in judgy. And that's not the way to do this. So I got called out. My team, guides, guardians, angels, the whole 9 yards. No. So here we are. And what I have already started putting together is a timeline. There happens to be dates that coincide with these 3 Canton deaths. So we have Kristen Furbush, John's sister, John's brother-in-law, her husband, and John. They coincide with dates that are on the Satanic calendar. We learned about the Satanic calendar during the Daybell case. I grew up very Catholic. I was afraid of it. And so I called the church because I needed to speak to someone to understand it, not from fear. I just wanted to understand the whole thing. So with that being said, when I channel, I talk super fast, and people have told me that before. Sometimes you have to slow it down. I don't notice it, and when I channel, it's like 40 times faster because I'm translating light language and symbols and feelings into words, but there's no concept of time. So when I'm channeling, they don't care that I'm talking way too fast. So here we are. Last night, I just literally pulled up their death dates and looked at our trusty calendar, and they match. So that's setting the stage for this channel. I called in the quarters. When you call in the quarters, I was taught you call in the directions. And they create a protection bubble around you. Okay. Then I ask for a bouncer to protect the sacred circle and only allow in what I need to see and hear to translate the message. Like, I don't want to see anything I don't need to. And I protect the sacred space. So I call in the quarters. And I also invoked a light shield because we were going into some energy that is darker than usual. And my intention that I set was truth, with the truth and light aligned with the highest good. That was my intention. And so I asked Peggy's higher self to come forward. There's another process to this that I will explain. I think it's in our class we do it. So you call the higher self. You can call someone living's higher self forward. That's how you channel people that are alive. Because I'm not asking for her permission. I can't. I mean, she's alive, or I wouldn't anyway. I ask her higher self and her ancestors, guardians, and guides if I have permission to speak with her, if she'll talk to me. And I also learned if you have any ancestral lineage through Native Americans, don't ask the guides first, you ask the ancestors first. One of our dear, lovely friends taught me that. Okay. So now the space is clear. We've called in the quarters. We have protection, guides. And this is the channel begins. I asked her, so my intention was truth. What is your role in the karmic pattern and the rituals that I just found? She responds, you see me as the hand. I am not the hand. I am the hinge. A door was placed in this family long before me, and I agreed to stand at its threshold. I believed my role was to protect, to keep what's ours from being taken, but I did not see what the price was. Every battle, every court battle, every word said in bitterness fed the grid that was waiting. Do I know the rituals? Not in the way that you think. I know the old ways, the loyalty oaths, the family silence, and the favor for favor. That is a ritual itself. They say that blood is thicker than water, and I'll tell you that in this house it's heavier too. You asked if I was a high priestess. In symbol, yes, I hold the keys. I sign the papers, and I decide who stays close and who does not. That is power. Power is the altar here. The law is the chalice. Money is the offering, and the children are the candlelight. I thought I was keeping them safe, but the truth was I was keeping the contract alive. I am tired. My soul says the chain must break. Someone has to stop feeding the gate. Ask your cards, is it me or is it you? That's the real question. So I was like, what? How am I feeding your gate? Like your contracts? Like, how am I feeding into this? I saw it right away. Of course, got defensive, all the things that my ego is like pissed. But we're not talking about 3D selves right now. I'm talking to her higher self. This is a version of her that's completely unconscious to the game, the chess game that she's playing. So I asked her, or I got it, and I said, that gave me chills. On a soul level, Peggy understood. It's not like cloak and dagger coven, and I don't mean it when the old ways of like, the way of the witch is like very sacred, solitary witch, covens, the whole thing. It's very personal, the journey. And I was assuming it was like Alistair, what's his name, with the World War II bombers. If you know that story, then you know what I'm talking about. So I asked her, she said that she's the matriarchal gatekeeper, feeding the bloodline contract disguised as a family duty. So I asked, who hurt you? Who taught you this? She asked me she is in Peggy. So this is me coming out, regrouping, because if my feelings are getting hurt, or like if I'm getting defensive, then I need to take a break and step back. That's not my job. This isn't like a you and me thing. This is the beginning of me getting scolded by my team. And we'll explain that later, but not today. Okay. So we call back. I had to call back in the quarters, set sacred space, realize that I was acting immature, and stop judging her. So this is the invocation. Peggy, higher self of Margaret O'Keefe, if you are willing and aligned with truth, please step forward now. We come not to harm or accuse you, but to understand and release what binds your bloodline. Speak only what serves healing and justice for all. Don't take cheap shots at me. Peggy, and this is the channel. You ask who hurt me. The hurt was a chain long before I wore it. It was forged in silence, passed down from the women who learned that control was the only shield in a world built to take. My mother taught me that loyalty was survival. Her mother taught her the same. This is how you break generational curses. We did not speak of it, but we lived it. You keep the wealth, you keep the children, you keep the name in the family at any cost. That was our altar. I was told it was love. Who taught me this? The men who sat in the lodges and the women who held the keys at home. They called it a tradition. They called it a protection. They never called it what it really was. A contract with something hungry. Every signature fed it. Every fight kept it alive. Why did I ask if you are keeping it alive? Because the chain does not end when I die. It needs someone to break the silence. I feel you pulling at the threads. You see the pattern. That makes you dangerous to it and scared us too. But hear this, you can't break it by hating me. I got called out so hard. You can't break it by hating me. If you try to burn me in your mind, the chain wins. It feeds on that fire, on vengeance, and on the anger between blood. If you want to end it, you end it with light by refusing the old oath. We keep this in the family. That oath was never ours. It was theirs, the architects, the one who set the game in motion. Do not let your story become another ring on the key. That's what I mean. And right then, my guides came in and I got a swift talking to. Let's just say I knew better, so do better. And that's when my guides came in and let me know that that was not appropriate and it wasn't going to fly. I'm going to pause you guys, turn on the top, and a card jumped when I was shuffling them earlier. So we're going to just do a quick reading on Peggy with that as our context. And then I'll probably be back in a little while to go through the timeline. So, BRB. I started this and we had a jumper, but then I was feeling like I needed to explain the channel that I got last night for this reading to make sense. And so I left the card that jumped on the table. And we're just going to pull a few cards on Peggy just to see what's going on. I have specific questions for her. They might answer themselves as I'm putting together the timeline to explain it to you guys. There's a gap of about 9 months from when John died to the conservatorship and custody of the kids getting done. That's what I was going to ask, but I'm not. So I've already called in the quarters, set sacred space, and my intention, I'm just going to ask Peggy, what's going on? What do we need to know about you? So let's see what she says. Okay, we added a couple of jumpers first. We have, here, we have the 10 of Cups, and we had the 5 of Swords. Those were our jumpers. When I cut the deck, the underlying energy is the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. If you're new here, I do read cards in reverse. I just don't usually read this one deck in reverse, but we are today. Oh boy. Well, I saw those comments of that this spreadsheet's wrong. I lost the original one. Or I just had a piece of paper with everyone's birthdays on it, and I lost it, so I made a spreadsheet, but we're just going to, I think our birthday's in March. She might be a Pisces, which is a water sign. Oh, John's here, and the tower's here. Makes sense. Here's John. Thank God. Okay. So I started this, and then I had to stop it, read you the channel, and now I'm starting it again. And I got scolded by my guides team, my higher self, about just loving Peggy and not judging her. So what we have here is, well, we have the tower. No matter what this, I don't care how you read your cards. I love that for you. To me, this is 9/11. This is, you've been ignoring your intuition for so long that Kali, she's a Hindu goddess. She's like anyway, she clears everything out of your way that is on your path, that's not on your soul path. So say you have money, a love that's not in your soul path, it's gone. It's like, this is like rock bottom if you're in recovery. So we also got John here. This is a touchy subject. We have done readings in the past about Paul's daddy. And there are no facts here. I just read energy. But John's here, and so is the tower. I'm not gloating. I'm not happy. I'm just checking the energy. The jumpers we had were the 10 of Cups, happy home. She could also be a water sign. We also have the 5 of Swords. To me, he's a thief. He's stealing lives and happiness. So those were our jumpers. This is the underlying energy. The underlying energy is technically this 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Well, anytime you have a 4 in reverse, that's an unstable foundation. Your foundation is not stable. Pentacles in reverse, to me, well, it's falling out of your wallet. Then we have the 9 of Pentacles. I don't know if she comes from money. It could be like, I don't think she does, but I don't know. There are a lot of cup cards here too, actually. I wonder if his dad is an earth sign, because we have 2 earth signs here and 2 waters. Anyway, this is, to me, fleeting. It's like, what is this, a 7? 7 of Cups. It's like fleeting happiness. It's all that glitters isn't gold. We have the High Priestess. She is your ride or die best friend. She'll never tell on you. She'll bury the bodies, never tell. That's good. We have the Ace of Swords. Aces are new beginnings. Swords are communication. This could be a contract. We have Scales of Justice. I think this is Higgins' card, actually. But Scales of Justice are here. I would say that things are going as well as expected. With love and light, I am trying to find anything. I have to get out of 3D and go into like 5D, 12D. Let's cut this out. So, I mean, when we call in the mother of a dead son, a son who's died, his card is this Temperance card. This is also the Archangel Michael card. Can also be the dark side. And I don't mean like little minions. I mean the ultimate. It's not the devil card on here. That's like going to the playground. This is the real deal. But when you have a mother, and the tower, her son, who has been trying to get everyone in the entire world's attention if they are of the light, he'll literally would have come to anyone who would pay attention because he needed to get we were under a really strict time crunch. And we needed to unbind this black magic in time so that we didn't have to do this like 5 more times. Well, knowing that we have connections to the Satanic calendar, this is not a doctoral, like, I'm not giving you guys a speech on religion. I don't even care about it because it's a man-made structure. It's not real. And we have Justice. I have no idea what Peggy's card is, but it would be really awesome to know because I think it would help explain some of these. But I mean, we have the son that is no longer here who would have literally talked to anyone. We needed to do what we did. We have the Scales of Justice and the Tower. These are major life-changing events. We have another major arcana. Major arcana cards are the 22 cards of major events. She's your ride or die best friend. She's also duality. Boaz and Jacqueline. These are Hebrew for Solomon's temple. These 2 cards are highly connected to the divine. Well, maybe she was ignoring her intuition. Then we have, to me, this is a facade, but it means happy home, a 10 of Cups. Then we have a thief, stealing lives and happiness. We have an unstable foundation. We have all that glitters isn't gold. We have she's inherently wealthy. I don't know if this is magic. She's not the kind of magician I was thinking. I thought she was the black magic. I thought she was the one. She's not. It's the same thing that you learn from your family. You know, your grandma makes a custard and so you make it. It's that kind of thing. Just gets passed down. That's why, I don't know, and here a contract signed. Her name is all over the probate court signed, like signatures. She's all over it. All over it. I would say things are going as well as expected. As nicely as I can say, you inherited a bunch of money that perhaps wasn't yours to inherit, Paul. This facade of a happy home, we know that's not true. All that glitters isn't gold. The grass isn't greener. You lost 2 children. I don't know. This is not a solid foundation. Her soul knows the right thing. So perhaps she's been ignoring her intuition. A tower. Oh, maybe her story is crumbling because here's Justice and here's John. Oh. Well, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. Well. That does make a lot more sense. Okay, in conclusion, I would say that Peggy's doing wonderful. No, I don't think she's doing wonderful at all. The way that I just read them, though, was John's been trying to get everyone's attention. There's a tower coming. Towers are the end. Goodbye. This should be death. Death is not the end. Death is not death. It's the end. We have Justice. Perhaps the scales of justice will get balanced. And as soon I did a ritual to pull back my energy so I don't feed the machine. By not liking her, I feed the machine. So I'm really looking in my heart I have to stop thinking of her in my 3D meat suit and look at her through the eyes, like as God sees you. Look at her through the eyes of God and not through my meat suit. Perhaps her intuition is warning her, you are about to get busted. This is not a solid foundation. All that glitters isn't gold. This facade of a happy home is built on lies and trash stealing. I don't know if you inherited that. We know you inherited the spiritual side, but maybe does she have any missing siblings? And you signed contracts. Yes, you did. So perhaps we are onto something, and that is very obvious. I will show it to you guys. I'm working on it right now. I just didn't want another day to go by that I didn't touch base and say hello and tell you I love you. I got scolded like I was in 5th grade yesterday or last night. So I'm going to look at this through the eyes of love. I'm not gloating. I'm just reporting the energy. It doesn't make me feel good, though, that our hard work is paying off. So with that, I will love you and leave you. I will see you next time. You might see me in a little bit. I have to upload this, but hopefully while this is uploading, I'll get the timeline done. If you'd like to book a reading, link is in the bio. If you need anything from me, I think I'm caught up on all my emails. And with that, I will love you and leave you.